Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where someone might actually die at All Out with the announcement of Janela versus Allen versus Havoc. It is lost in the mid-card. We are back for talk about the Raw reunion that happened last night as we are back to our regular recording schedule. We're going to talk about the Road to All Out, episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 dropped last week. Episode 2 just dropped tonight, just a few hours ago. We'll talk about both of those episodes as well as the latest being the Elite. A little bit of headlines as well as tonight's SmackDown as SummerSlam is coming around the corner. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. Or sometimes we may come out on a Thursday or a Friday, so it's always good to subscribe so you know when that new episode comes your way. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, and the links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Go to the pin post there, go to our pinned tweet at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world, so give us a follow there. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers, as always. My co-host is on the Twitter at RawFShowtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Haven't been on the Twitter much lately, I'll tell you that.
I don't think you missed much.
I'm okay. I'm not great. I'm not terrible. I'm somewhere in between. Kind of, for the most part, on a social media sabbatical right now. If you've reached out to me and you've not heard from me, it's nothing personal. I'm just trying to get my head right. Trying to get myself back on track mentally, and it's just taking longer than I had hoped, but I'm working on it. Back on the show tonight. We're going to talk some crazy pro wrestling, and we're going to see how it goes tonight. So let's rock this shit.
Good to have Matt back here on the program. Also, as always, he is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD, Mr. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, how you doing?
I'm good. Eagles training camp starts tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's my two loves, football and wrestling.
Oh, man.
Well, we got ourselves the Road to All Out, which started. It came out actually as we were recording last week, because we recorded on a Wednesday, and the majority of the open was some pretty cool slow-mo montages of what happened at in the past. I think all of it was from Fight for the Fallen, and including MJF's 10. No middle fingers on the slow-mo montage. A slow-mo montage with the middle fingers would have been great, but we didn't get that. We got the PG version. This is kind of different. After that little introduction from Fight for the Fallen, we get some fancy graphics, and there's a control room, and Tony Schiavone's in that control room. Kind of feels like a TV show a little more now, doesn't it, fellas?
It's getting real.
That October is.
This is also the first Road to series that is actually on the official AEW channel, and not on Nightmare Family.
Not on Nightmare.
So clearly the production values, have risen significantly. It's no longer just this isn't just a passion project of Cody anymore. This is it's got the AEW machine behind it, and I think it has already shown immediately the difference in what that means.
Yeah, it's part of the it's basically part of the programming now, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. Tony Schiavone talked about Hangman Page and Chris Jericho's encounters at All Out. It was pretty cool to see Tony. So it almost kind of sounds like that MLW almost has a little working relationship, maybe, or. I mean, a lot of those guys wrestled for MLW, and now you got Tony Schiavone as a has done play-by-play when his schedule allows for it. So I think it's kind of cool that Court Bauer said didn't have any ill will towards letting Tony Schiavone talk for AEW. Or maybe he doesn't know. I don't know.
I'm sure he knows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows.
It's probably beneficial for all parties, though, don't you think? If they play nice.
Yeah.
Work together, because some talents are able to go elsewhere. So MLW is a nice elsewhere, even though it's on TV, but it's not really a direct competitor to any of the guys right now. So, so we talk about the setup between the big championship match, of course. That'll close the show it all out. And Hangman Page. How about Hangman Page? I don't know if this was kayfabe or not, but
Nah, that shit was real.
ripping his own stitches out. Ow. That was a hell of a promo from Hangman, wasn't it? Basically, he's going to rip out his stitches and watch himself bleed every morning as a reminder that he wants to kick Jericho's ass, is basically what he said.
That must be some good-ass health insurance.
Well, God, that just he just ripped those out. And he's just watching it bleed. It's like, okay. I think Jericho might have took Hangman to a new level here. And then
that's the whole idea.
Yeah. That's what you call storytelling, folks.
Pretty much.
Speaking of storytelling, how about that chair shot heard around the world? Obviously we all know it didn't go as planned, but hey, you make the best out of that situation since everybody's fine and turn it into a story. That's what you do in pro wrestling, don't you?
Absolutely.
And what'd you think of Shawn Spears and Jim Ross's conversation, guys?
That was good because, in my opinion, everybody looks at Shawn Spears as, the guy that got overlooked in NXT and WWE, etc. Mm-hmm. You got to see a little bit of his personality. They gave him time to talk, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and if this was WWE, it would end with Shawn Spears beating up JR, right?
It probably end up with JR beating up Shawn Spears.
Whoa, my God!
WWE, I wouldn't doubt it.
Loaded barbecue sauce bottle.
Look,
Right.
these same type of sit down promos is what got McFoley over with WWE's audience and Vince.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a no brainer to be having Jim Ross doing these things.
And as Jim Ross said, it's not really an interview; it was more of a conversation, and that's kind of what it was. And and Shawn, unlike WWE, where that he actually shows respect for Jim Ross and. Because Jim Ross gave him respect back, so it's like it's probably in his own mind saying, "Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. I got to give Jim Ross some respect." Mm-hmm. It's all Cody's fault. He's the bad guy in all this. He's that suit. It's kind of interesting how he kind of turns the charm a little bit for those. But then, boy, we were treated to an interesting guest at the end of it, weren't we? The breaking news we talked about last week, Tully Blanchard whispering something into Shawn Spears' ear, basically telling him, the interview's over. And the reason why he brought Tully Blanchard in is because he understands the Rhodes family. He understands how to get in the Rhodes family's head. And as we broke on the show last week, the fact that Tully Blanchard is now going to be managing Shawn Spears in AEW, and he's officially signed to AEW as well. What did you think when you saw Tully Blanchard just show up out of the blue in that interview?
I would have preferred it to be an Arn, but you know how I am.
No. Arn's gonna end up in Cody's corner.
I mean, I'll take that too. I just want Arn somewhere in the picture.
No, Arn's gonna be in the picture. Arn's gonna be in Cody's corner. That's how this is gonna happen.
That'd be cool.
It's gonna be Cody with Arn Anderson in his corner, and Shawn Spears with Tully in his. That's what this is building to.
Dude,
and if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But I don't think I am.
Dude, this shit's gonna sound like the greatest pay-per-view ever.
Yeah, then look what they added.
Honest to God, it needs to be.
And look what they added tonight. We'll talk about Road to All Out Part 2 in a minute, but we already said it in the open. I don't know, was this something that was shown on All Elite Wrestling's YouTube channel, the fight between Alan, Janela, and Havoc after the match?
I didn't see it.
I didn't know if
I think they saved it for this, honestly.
Okay. I didn't know if they were showing those post-match interviews on YouTube or...
There were some post-match interviews on the AEW YouTube page, but I don't remember if this one was one of them.
Okay. Yeah, because they had, like, SCU had one, which they used, towards...
they used that last week.
Yeah, they used that last week in Being the Elite. They used, basically that pissed-off promo where, basically they believe that, with the ladder shots and everything, and it turned from respect to, respect into disrespect in a hurry, and it pissed off SCU and gave us that fiery promo. Yeah, so I was wondering if those, like that interview, and then the one with Alan and Havoc, and I just wondered if those were on YouTube or somewhere, or they were just keeping them in their pocket.
They probably just kept up.
I was gonna say, I think the smart thing is to keep it in your damn pocket.
Yeah.
That you're getting that weekly content, to help build up the show when you don't have television. Record a bunch of shit, get it in the can, and use it to the build up, man.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Yeah, because it was like, oh, these guys were teammates at Fight for the Fall, or at was it Fighter Fest or Fight for the Fallen? There it was Fight for
the Fallen.
Yeah, and now. It's so tricky because those things were 2 weeks apart to try to remember the cards. But now they're facing each other, which I mean in its own right was great because all three of these guys are so dangerous. But now we got a reason why, because they lost the match and blamed each other and started fighting.
Magnum TA had to break it up too.
Yep, Magnum TA. I thought that was Magnum TA. It looked like it.
And I'll tell you guys all right now, and I'm sure this is not going to be a popular opinion among the diehard AEW faithful out there, but the company has digressed in each show that they've ran. Double or Nothing was clearly their best show. Fyter Fest was their second best show, and Fight for the Fallen was their third best show.
Well, you know what, dude?
They need to be careful. You can't be going on a downward trend heading into television. All Out needs to be their best show yet.
I think it will, only because Fight for the Fallen and Fyter Fest were free, and I think the reason why they did them for free is because they tried to make it kind of similar to the product that they would put on TV. Because
that's not a good sign.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can compare it to. I know how Cody's ego. The Bucks. Kenny. You know what they're about. They're not going to go into a pay-per-view, especially with All In what it was last year, and then All Out being it, and then just be subpar.
I hope you're right, but I'll tell you Fight for the Fallen.
I'll bet money.
Honestly, they should
bet money on it.
Fight for the Fallen. Had it gone off the air at 11 o'clock, and they'd shrunk maybe half the matches on the damn card, like in terms of time that they were given, probably would have been an overall lot better show. There were too many matches that went way too long on that show that night, and in that heat, when they had difficulty performing, because let's face it, just ask Undertaker and Goldberg how hard it is to wrestle in heat. Mm-hmm. It showed, and I'll tell you all right now, the biggest glaring issue for me on that show was Adam Page taking almost the entire fucking time limit to beat Kip Sabian when we're supposed to buy him as a credible challenger for Chris Jericho in a month.
Yeah,
I honestly thought it was going to be a draw.
What the fuck were they thinking?
I thought it was going to be a draw.
That would have been 100 times worse.
Yeah, that would
have been 100 times worse.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the show last week. I said that match was 19 minutes and it was about 10 minutes too long because there was no way we were.
Dude, I think it was 15 minutes too long.
Yeah.
I think he should beat Saban. I think he should have beat Saban in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been that long.
If we're establishing this guy as potentially the first AEW champion, and I've been calling since this company started that Adam Page was going to be their first champion. Dude barely beat Kip Sabian, and you're expecting that to mean he's credible to go in there against Chris Jericho?
Well, I think it also was that comes in decision making. Like, I think that was more so because Kip Sabian was only on the pre-show at Double or Nothing. He wasn't on Fyter Fest.
Page then.
No, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. It should have been more strategic than anything. I would have put him against Page. I would have probably put him against, maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to throw some shit out there, like Darby or Jimmy Havoc or somebody, or MJF for that matter.
Could Adam go against Daniels.
Right, for just to showcase what he can do. I wouldn't have showcased what he can do against no damn Adam Page. No, because that's your potential AEW first champion.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that they're gonna, I mean, it's a brand new company. There's stuff they ain't gonna get it all right the first time. But they also can't give us a blockbuster every time because
True.
Eventually, that cliff is going to be it's going to be a harder fall if they gave us a blockbuster each time, and then all of a sudden, So
look, I'm not even saying that they needed to have a blockbuster, but when you're putting on shows for free, and this is going to be a lot of people's first time seeing your company because the diehards didn't pay $50 to see Double or Nothing. So everybody that said how great Double or Nothing was, and then you decided, hey, I'm going to watch Fight for the Fallen for free. What's your thought process if you didn't see Double or Nothing? You're thinking, what the fuck is this? Because a lot of the stuff on the show logically didn't make sense, and a lot of the matches went on way too fucking long.
But I think
and
also
it was a gigantic misfire by AEW with that show.
I think also, like you said earlier, with the time limitations, you want to showcase all this talent because you don't have a weekly TV show, and you're trying to keep people current and your product. So that's why I said the only reason that I think personally that Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen were free was simply because you don't have a weekly TV product, and they had to do something to substitute it from the gap from Double or Nothing to All Out.
Yeah, and plus those two shows were so close together just because, obviously Fyter Fest is with CEO, and Jacksonville, they probably did it when they could do it.
But my whole thing is I don't want to use the excuse of these shows were so close together because these guys are going to be running weekly television in October.
Right.
So I mean these shows were 2 weeks apart.
So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you don't see if TV starts October 2nd. Don't be surprised if you see another pay-per-view in November.
Yeah, I'm hearing from what I've been told, and obviously this could change. From what I've been told, as far as the $50 price points pay-per-views, there's going to be 4 a year.
And that would be probably if they're not trying to get into WWE's way, it'll probably be December before another pay-per-view.
Probably December, and then
let me see. May was Double or Nothing, so it'll be December. You got September. I'm sorry, you got August.
Maybe you do late November.
Late November, early December, and then you do February.
Yeah, I would say probably late November, February, May, and late August, early September is probably what you're looking at as far as where their 4 main pay-per-views are going to wind up every year.
You know how YouTube's set up where it's got you got your main video and then on the right it's like up next or videos that are similar to what you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
One of the videos is 10 WWE wrestlers you didn't know were dating, and on the thumbnail is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. We all know by now they are. The other one is Baron Corbin and Alexa Bliss. I
never heard that one. I thought she was still a buddy.
I don't know.
As far as I know, she still is.
Oh. Yeah, I thought it was her, Buddy and the Pig.
I thought that was kind of interesting. I saw that thumbnail. And I was like,
yeah, I don't know. It might be clickbait.
Probably.
It could very well be clickbait.
So, being the Elite this week, Start out with waiting outside the EVP's office. You got Peter Avalon and Jack Evans and Sammy Guevara. I guess they're all in line to talk to the EVP. So Peter shows up to air his grievances about the librarian gimmick, and who's in the EVP room but Arthur and Trevor.
Good God.
How'd they get in the EVP room, by the way?
This is easily the best part of the show this week.
Oh, yeah. How many different ways can we make fun of WWE, right?
Well, that's essentially what it was, because there were so many lines used in this promo from Dean's interview with Jericho. Like, it was very blatant what they were spoofing. Like, they didn't even try to cover it up.
Oh, no.
Like, it was blatantly a Moxley Vince McMahon conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was definitely... It's been a while since we've seen Arthur and Trevor on Being the Elite, too, by the way. But they convinced him that he should... it's good shit, pal, and it's gonna push him to the moon, right?
Oh, boy.
Poor Marco Stunt. He's so literally... Billy Gunn didn't even notice and about sat on him. The latest edition of Rick Knox reffing everything.
This was my favorite part.
Private Party high-fiving the fact that they've got a contract, and Rick Knox thought of it as a tag, and so they had to switch places where they were standing before the 5 count, or else they'd get disqualified. I'm waiting to see what happens when someone gets disqualified by Rick Knox. That was great. A tag! I saw it! Switch places.
You could tell they released it to being Elite late, and you could tell they kind of half-assed this episode.
Well, it was only
I would definitely agree.
It was only 12 minutes. It was only 12 minutes long too.
Like Matt and Nick just put it together, like fuck it.
Honestly, I'm actually kind of concerned about the future of the show once AEW starts in October.
We talked about it last week. Pretty much, I told JB that, I heard that, even Matt Jackson said it. He said, it might not be as interactive.
Consistent.
Yeah, they're going to have the consistency, but they said that it'll probably be more so what it was when they first came out, of like them on the road and traveling and here and there. They're just doing it.
They're gonna have TV to do all the stuff.
Right, they don't have TV at this point, so that's why they're trying to include everybody in there as much as possible. They said they'll dumb it down a little bit. It'll probably bring it back.
They did kind of explain the Marco Stunt joining Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, though.
They did.
Yeah, the whole he's being bullied, so the dinosaur and the Jungle Boy will watch his back. So, of course, at Fyter Fest, at Fight for the Fallen, at Fight for the Fallen, Marco Stunt's being carried to the ring by Jungle Boy. Dark Order cuts a promo as they are facing the Best Friends at All Out. Winner gets a bye in the tag team tournament that starts off with television. The mailbag asked Hangman Page if he is going to ride a horse to the ring at All Out, and apparently Hangman must have brought that up and is not too happy at the answers he's getting so far. And he was also asked, has any of his former students reached out to him? And he says he doesn't really answer many DMs or anything like that, but anybody's welcome to reach out to him and get free tickets to AEW when they come to their town, except for this one student. He can go suck it. That guy must have been a pain in the ass. What did Paige do?
Paige was a high school teacher.
For what exactly? Do you remember? I've never heard.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think he was a high school teacher in Virginia.
Ah. Dude, riding a horse to the ring would be awesome, but...
You got to pay the bills somehow, man.
To me, that kind of sounds like a waste of money.
What, the horse?
Yes.
I think it's too many stipulations because you know how you got the animal rights people.
It's exactly what I mean. Like the fees and stuff from that.
A lot of red tape.
Everything they would probably cost to cover it. I just don't think it's worth it.
You know, WWE.
And what if the horse fucking freaks out?
Yeah,
you try to take the horse down the ramp with all the flashing lights and
then you have to give him
pyro and shit.
Yeah, hopefully he has like horse riding training or he's rode a horse before.
Yeah, I think it's a bad idea. I hope they don't do it.
Well, it sounds like they're not letting him do it. So based on that what he was based on his reaction there.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Michael Nakazawa answers.
You said it wrong.
Okay, help me out.
Nobody cares about this jobber.
No, I'm going to say it. It's Michael Nakazawa.
He answered a question: will there be a mid-card title? And he was hoping there would be a pre-show title, so he could win that title.
Okay. Never winning a title.
Kenny Omega also answered a question, actually basically explaining the whole his signature line at Fight for the Fallen. We all know. We already explained why he changed.
I can't believe this even had to be explained. It was very self-explanatory in the promo.
What dumbass asked that?
And what's interesting?
Even worse, why the fuck did they choose the need to answer it?
You know what? You know what? I know why they answered it because apparently
it's an easy one to answer.
No, I wouldn't say that because everybody just didn't know.
Just get the word out.
I just get the word out.
Spell it out for these idiots, right?
But
these dummies. Let me tell you something, dummy. So basically, that's what it was to spell.
Dummy, let me talk to you.
It was to spell it out for the dummies out there.
Yeah, you can't fix stupid.
That's true. And the Bucks cut a little black and white promo, accepting the challenge of very NWO-ish, all the side camera scenes and such. They cut a promo accepting the challenge because we all know that they weren't gonna turn it down or anything. So, very quick edition of Being the Elite, only about 12 minutes long. So maybe this is what we, with TV and stuff coming up, it's probably what we're gonna expect going forward.
October 2nd.
He's so excited.
Dude.
It's Darryl's birthday, by the way, so on October 2nd. So if
I will literally, if I make the announcement, if they make the announcement, I'm sorry, them. If they make the announcement tomorrow that October 2nd is the first show, I will screenshot my leave slip for the next day. I am going to get not too fucked up because I got to drive Matt home. But I'm going to get it very, very nice.
Well, that's right, because we were talking about...
you know what, man? I might even come to your house so I don't have to drive you home.
Well, dude, man, why not just crash at your house?
That could happen. Yeah, we're talking... I got
a spare bedroom.
They're talking about recording the...
live.
They're
live, damn it.
Well, we always record live, but you two will be in the same location.
You know what I mean, like live in the same gimmick.
Yeah, you two will be in the same gimmick, and I'll still be halfway across the country.
We're gonna get JB. We're gonna get JB with us one day.
One day it'll happen. Road to All Out episode 2 dropped literally hours ago, and Tully Blanchard cut a promo. Good to see Tully. I like how they titled him Horseman/Advisor. I like it.
My God.
What'd you think? What'd you think of Tully's promo to kick off Road to All Out?
I loved it. I mean, it made so much sense and told history from the past 20 to 30 years. Mm-hmm. Yes, he did have a big fucking feud with Dusty. He knows the roads. For those who aren't aware of that past, you know now. Let's go.
Yeah, it's something I would not have expected, Tully Blanchard being a manager in professional wrestling, but I already like it.
Yeah, he was at All Out last year, right?
Yeah, he was kind of wasn't he in the corner? Was he in the corner of Cody or?
No. He kissed his daughter. He kissed Tessa on the way to the ring.
That's right. Bring Tessa in. Is that contract about done, by the way?
Almost.
I hope so.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, almost.
How much do Impact contracts mean nowadays anyway? When Rob Van Dam was on Raw Monday night,
Hey!
dude.
Hey!
I'm just saying.
I'm Rob Van Dam. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, because somebody, I think Marcho showed me a screenshot of the merch table that had RVD shirts on.
Yeah, Mike Johnson posted the RVD thumbs being sold yesterday.
Make that paycheck.
One of a kind.
What the fuck can they say? What the fuck can they say? WWE has them by the balls, especially with the Hardys.
Yeah, and then it impacts like trying to countersue Jarrett and Global Force, I guess now or something. I saw.
Nah, it's just Anthem.
Oh, Anthem. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Anthem is close enough. So, then we after that was the fight for the Fallen backstage, where with Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela, that we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Nice little pull apart brawl there. Billy Gunn and Magnum TA. Seriously, I thought that was Magnum TA. Looked just like him. So then we get a little video montage of everybody that sets it up for the official match. And then we go to the AEW Control Center. Chris Van Fleet is in there this week. Good to see him working with AEW as well. He's a great interviewer. He interviews... He does more than just pro wrestling, doesn't he, for interviews and stuff on his channel?
He does MMA from what I heard, too.
But he's also interviewed a lot of pro wrestlers at the time. And he talks about Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. And we get ourselves a little Jon Moxley promo. And Jon Moxley just basically saying, in as many words, I'm going to beat the fuck out of Kenny Omega. You know?
I like how he said, that's why I'm going to Japan, because I want to learn the arts and all your little tricks. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That's how you fucking do storytelling, Vince.
And, well, then he's cutting the promos that he couldn't cut in WWE. It's good shit, pal. Just wear a gas mask. Wear a gas mask out to the crowd. Yeah.
AEW is such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's damn true.
Like I like everything they're doing. I had some issues. I had a lot of issues with Fight for the Fallen, man.
You know what? I don't think this will comfort you, Matt. They're still new.
Yeah, I know.
They'll get it.
I just want them to put their best foot forward, and I really don't feel like they did with that show, and everybody could watch. That's the kind of stuff that worries me.
I didn't expect it to be too much anyway. I expected it to be what it was. Now, if it was Double or Nothing, or All Out, or All In, or All Because, or All Around, I don't give a shit what the hell it is.
Yeah, and I've said that on the podcast that that was what I expected from Fyter Fest and Double or Nothing. I'm not expecting.
Right.
I'm not expecting.
And look, for the most part, I enjoyed Fyter Fest. I didn't think it was as good as Double or Nothing, but I enjoyed it. Fight for the Fallen is really what I had the issue with.
Fight for the Fallen, it was
okay. It was okay. The one problem I had with Fight for the Fallen was, like you said earlier, Matt, Hangman should not have had that long of a match. And then the fact that after the brothers, the Brotherhood versus the Bucks, like, they got cut short. That just showed, like, to me, that was kind of, I won't say unprofessional. That just showed, like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird to me, because I wanted to hear what Cody's had or the Bucks had to say after the match.
Yeah. But I liked how you can't counter program AEW as they try to do with Evolve.
True.
Yeah, you don't see.
I heard it was a really good show. I still haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
I've heard a mixed bag on that.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
I heard it wasn't that great of a show.
Most people I talked to really seem to enjoy it. So,
but
I might have to go back.
I'll judge for myself when I sit down to watch it.
Something you won't see on the Did You Knows for WWE is did you know that AEW's Fight for the Fallen was #1 trending in the United States the entire night, and Evolve show topped 4th as high as 4th. So they didn't even come close to trending. But WWE won't brag about that. No. They'll brag about being the more social than Major League Baseball, because so many people tweet about Major League Baseball.
I mean, I'm watching the Phillies in the 10th inning right now, so fuck them.
But you don't tweet about it every pitch, do you?
Nah.
So it's not something you tweet much about. But yet WWE brags about it. I was like,
As soon as because they promote the hashtag so heavily till they kind of force you to use it so you can see yourself on TV scrolling across the baseline.
Yeah, I got on there a few times with Talking Smack.
You're famous.
The main event is set for NXT TakeOver Toronto, August 10th from the Scotiabank Arena. Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, best of 3 falls. Gargano and Cole will each pick a fall, and if they split 1-1, Regal picks the stipulation for the 3rd fall. I
already know what Gargano's stipulation is going to be.
Submission.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys think about this as another matchup and doing 2 out of 3 falls again? And what do you guys think of this? Do you think this feud was good enough to warrant this, or
I don't think they have a choice right now.
Not enough star power to at the top.
I'll say this: around WrestleMania or Rumble time, that's when TakeOver will fully get picked up again.
Well, the men's division is the strongest.
Loaded.
Yeah, that's the strongest.
It's loaded. So that's why I said WrestleMania Royal Rumble, because you still got Keith Lee, you still got the Dream,
Punishment.
You loaded.
Yeah,
dude.
I really wouldn't worry about NXT right now. I still think they're prepping for a debut on FS1.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's why you're starting to see a lot of main roster guys go back down there, like Fandango and Tyler Breeze and Apollo Crews and all that. I think they're reloading that roster right now with people they're not really utilizing on the main one to beef it up for when they move that show.
And also vice versa with the Street Profits. Get people to know who they are, and everybody's loving their little kind of. They're like the hype men for WWE. Everybody's
I'm going to tell everybody right now, Montez is me when I'm drunk.
Oh my!
Except Angelo was having all the fun on Monday. It looks like.
Yeah, he got to hang with Rob Van Dam.
Hey, he had to put drops in his eyes,
If he says "fam" one more goddamn time,
he will.
Calm down, fam.
Everybody start freaking out. Well, actually, this news is about 5 days old, but a little graphic showed up on the 18th of July. None other than CM Punk is appearing at Starrcast on the weekend of August 31st.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
So I had a thought, because they try to keep kayfabe and Punk is such an asshole and so is Cody. What if they hold Punk off until their first TV episode?
Little Mall of America. Have little Lex Luger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could, but at the same token, wouldn't it be more impactful to allow everybody to know that he was going to be on their first TV show?
True.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you bring him out at the end of All Out, and he's only there for 30 seconds, and the next time you're going to see him is on TNT
TV.
in a month.
Okay, makes sense.
That's what I'm doing anyway. I bring him out at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have him get physical with anybody like Moxley did.
So what
I
makes
just have him come out on the stage and stare down whoever won the title.
You just have Cult of Personality start playing, and you know exactly who's coming out.
Who main events All Out?
It's got to be Paige.
Oh, it's Jericho and Paige.
Really?
The world title match can't not close the show.
This ain't WWE, son.
I mean, I've seen different.
Well,
because you got think about it. You got Moxley and Omega.
No. You got AEW and a company that claims that championships and wins and losses matter. If the world championship does not close that show, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's like it's gonna close the show.
Jericho and Paige have to close that show.
Omega and Moxley will be second to last, followed by some kind of cool down segment, and then the championship match.
So you think the last 4 matches will include?
I think Bucks and Lucha Brothers kick it off.
No, I think Janela, Havoc.
I agree. I think
And
that'll
Janela,
open.
Havoc, and Darby will open.
I don't know, maybe. But
It just makes the most sense to me.
whether it be Page or whether it be Jericho, though, they're celebrating. The confetti is falling, the pyro is exploding, and all of a sudden, Living Color plays, and Chicago and the internet explodes.
Dude, him and Triple H are the only 2 people I need to meet in wrestling. That's it.
Well,
Those are the only 2 people I have left.
Go to Chicago that weekend.
Yeah,
Dude, I literally fly back.
I know
That
it's the
day.
worst. It's the worst.
That day, I'm hoping to make it through customs to get home in time to get myself dinner set up so I can watch the show. I know I'll be fine. Because the kids would be like, "Hey, Dad, I missed you." Blah blah, blah this, that, and other. Blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, sit your little asses downstairs to watch wrestling with Dad, so we can get this thing started.
exactly. Well, you'll miss out on NXT UK as well, but you can always catch that on Monday. So,
Dude, I got free Wi-Fi on Southwest. I'll watch that shit on the plane.
there you go. So CM Punk, Starrcast. God, that's about a month. That's almost a month away, guys.
Here's a question for both of you.
I know nothing.
How long? This is your marquee show. This is your big show before TV. This is your sequel to the show that put you on the map initially. How long does the show run?
8 to midnight.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the same as Fight for the Fallen. Maybe that's what they were doing with Fight for the Fallen.
Did it run to midnight?
Yeah,
It was like 11:47, 11:48, somewhere around the time when it went off.
Yeah, it was a hair under 4. It was a hair under 4
Really? Because Double or Nothing ended early, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a hair under 4-hour show. Fight for the Fallen was long, dude.
You have to have All Out go at least 4 or 5 hours.
I think you had the ball. I think you had the buy-in at 7 to 8, and I think the main show's 8 to midnight.
Well,
I would do the buy-in at 6:30.
Well, you could always do the buy-in at 6 and do the show from 7 to 11, which I actually think would be more convenient for the average pro wrestling fan. I mean, that's also an option they could do.
Yeah,
that's going to be a big day for fucking wrestling because not only do you have All Out on that day, but you have the second ever NXT UK Takeover event that afternoon.
Yep.
So I mean, motherfucker's going to be wrestled out. You know, by the time
that ain't nothing different than what we usually do. Shit, WrestleMania weekend, we got Takeover, Ring of Honor, G1, all that shit at one time.
Look, I'm just saying it's gonna be a big day for good wrestling.
Look, I ain't complaining.
Because if you think for 1 second that Triple H and NXT UK brand is not going to try to steal that day,
yes.
Oh boy, you've got another thing coming.
They aren't, but it's gonna be.
I think Bate and Walter's gonna be fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. I haven't been watching Keeping Up with UK just because there's so much to try to keep up with. So,
I'm with you. I try to keep up as much as I can when I can.
I mean, like 205 Live. Apparently Gallagher and Gable last week was just phenomenal. It's hard to keep up with everything.
Did anybody think Gulak was going to lose last week?
No.
In Philly, in his hometown.
Nope.
Well, they love letting people lose in their hometown, but for some reason, I didn't think it was happening.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I'm glad it didn't happen. I don't think Nice ever needed the title to begin with. So I'm glad it didn't happen.
I love Drew.
Drew should have been champion a long time ago.
Yeah. I love Drew, and Drew loved my Eagles tattoo, so I'm happy with it.
Live Source, which is a mobile app that enables fans to bid on unique collectibles and experiences, has announced AEW items that are available starting today through August 17th. And some of the highlights include 2 tickets into the lower bowl, raised seat level at All Out, Jon Moxley's ring-worn jacket from his debut at Double or Nothing. Oh, here's a good one. Earl Hebner's blood-stained referee jersey from the historic brother versus brother matchup, autographed by Earl Hebner, Cody, and Dustin Rhodes.
Disgusting.
I don't want that shit.
I know.
That's disgusting.
I hope
No fucking way.
I hope it comes in a frame.
You might as well take somebody's tissue they wipe their ass with.
That's even worse.
I'm just saying that's nasty.
Yes, but you had to just take it to another level.
Yeah, except if
nasty.
it was Kiera Hogan's tissue, he'd be bidding on it.
Listen,
Dude, did you see? How upset are you?
Listen,
that she's playing for the other team.
You know what?
How upset are you?
Now, I will say this.
When I saw that, I thought of Darryl immediately. I was like, what the fuck's Darryl thinking right now?
I'm not upset. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not upset because
you never had a chance with them to begin with.
Oh, no, I had a chance.
You didn't have a chance.
I had a chance. I will say this. I respect her for it, and I'm a big advocate for the LGBTQ.
Oh, of course.
We all are.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm happy for it.
My sisters.
My big thing is I found out about it, and because I immediately thought of you. And I just started laughing.
And I would be lying if I said a little inch of me is not upset. But I respect her.
That one.
Don't talk about which inch you're talking about either.
I'm not touching that one.
You're an asshole, man. I wouldn't even think about that right now.
I don't want to know which inch you're talking. Don't get that little callback.
No, I'm saying I want this.
Wait a minute.
There's a spot in the back of my mind that's upset. But I respect.
It's not an inch.
There's 1 inch somewhere.
I respect her for it, and good kudos to her for revealing that information and coming out.
Hell yeah!
I respect.
I thought it was really cool. If it would have been anybody else, I don't think I would have thought of you. But I know your Kiera Hogan obsession. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. When I met her in New Orleans, she asked where I was from, and I told her I was from DC. And she said, at the time, "Oh, my boyfriend's from DC." So that's what pissed me off.
She lied.
And I'm not mad at it. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, live your life.
Or she's bi.
Don't give me those ideas.
I'm just saying, maybe.
Don't give me no ideas, Matt.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's all I'm saying.
He's taking that inch back.
Yep, taking it back.
To me, at the end of the day, love is love.
Yeah, respect.
And it don't matter. You know, everybody you do you. As long as you're happy, I'm all about that shit, man. I just don't care.
Nobody's perfect. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but nobody's perfect. Everybody has things with them that everybody else is going to disagree with. But as long as you're happy with yourself and happy with your life, that's all that matters. Fuck everybody else's thoughts.
Amen. Preach on, Brother D.
WWE.
That was great.
Glad to have you back, Matt.
One inch.
It's good to be back, sir.
One inch. WWE is getting into that live network special kick as this Saturday they are doing yet another one with the SmackDown Live roster called Smackville.
I'm telling you, there's 1 inch of me that doesn't care.
God damn it.
I don't want to know which inch it is.
I guarantee you, real quick, we're going to see a tweet from Mark Cho.
Oh, I was already thinking that.
I was already
thinking that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
I promise you. Yeah. Mark Cho, if you're listening right now.
Oh, he is.
I love you to death, but fuck you for this.
A fuck you in advance.
Good shit, pal. It's such good shit.
Smackville from Nashville, Tennessee will air, according to the WWE, 9 9 Eastern, 6 Central. They kept showing that. They kept showing that graphic tonight on SmackDown.
Dumbasses.
And they never fixed it. 9 Eastern, 8 Central, because they ain't showing the. For some reason, they don't show the whole house show, which I mean, it's okay. You're not gonna miss much.
So how long is it actually 2 hours?
It's probably gonna be. I think it's just gonna be an hour. I think.
I think it's an hour, from my understanding.
There's only two. There's only 2 matches in the Elias concert, so it's gonna be probably.
Elias is gonna get stunned.
Yeah, he's gonna get something happen to him. Nakamura and Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. Elias has got a special musical performance, and then the main event, a triple threat match for the WWE Championship: Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, Samoa Joe. Yeah, that title ain't changing hands, by the way. One of these days, they gotta do that at a live show if they keep showing these things, though. Just to get.
They're just trying to put content on the network, man.
Exactly.
That's all that shit is right there. They just want to try to put just strictly more content on the network, because that's why you see so many WWE 365s and WWE 24s.
Well, if you are a toy collector and a pro wrestling fan, you probably are rejoicing from San Diego Comic-Con. WWE has announced that they are releasing Ghostbusters and Masters of the WWE Universe action figures. So basically, your WWE superstars dressed up as Ghostbusters, or now I think the Masters of the Universe, I think that's a smart one.
Did they show the Masters of the Universe ones? I don't remember seeing those.
I see one.
I saw the Ghostbusters ones.
I see one with Triple H, but that kind of makes sense. You know, you tie in the WWE.
It's all Mattel. It's all Mattel rights.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's smart. It's smart synergy of your franchises that you own.
Yeah.
And you know they own Ghostbusters, they own Masters of the Universe, they own WWE. To me, it just sometimes you just have a no-brainer, and I think that was a no-brainer. I think the Ghostbusters stuff looked cool.
Yeah.
That they showed off. I didn't see any of the Masters of the Universe stuff. That part's news to me. But
yeah,
I thought it was neat.
I don't know if they showed any of it, but it's coming. So, they'll be releasing Masters of the Universe themed WWE action figures showcasing Randy Savage, Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, and more. In the Ghostbusters line, you got The Rock, John Cena, Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. Maybe that should be the new Ghostbusters movie, those 5 guys.
I'm looking forward to that new Ghostbusters movie, guys.
So just saying.
I ain't even gonna lie. I just messaged Marcho and I wrote nothing but #1inch. So yeah, he has no idea what I'm talking about, and he won't know until tomorrow.
God damn you! I gotta watch what I say out my mouth.
Well, Colt Cabana has announced he is ending the Art of Wrestling podcast, and you can pay him $4 a month for unlimited access to his old podcast.
Yeah, no.
I'm good.
That screams that I need money. Apparently,
Ring of Honor not paying him enough.
Well, no, he keeps freaking suing CM Punk.
Yeah, them lawyer fees are a bitch.
He should have stopped while he was ahead.
Meanwhile, I guarantee Punk is getting 7 figures when he goes to AEW.
Oh yeah, dude. He's look. If he signs or has signed on the dotted line, he is hands down the highest paid wrestler in that company. Higher than Jericho, higher than Cody, higher than Omega. He's
technically
higher than anybody else in the company.
Not one of them, because you know Cody and them got 2 contracts.
True.
How do we know Punk don't get Punk don't get one of those deals?
Because Punk is not going to do both. I don't think. Honestly, you know what, Matt? Let me retract that statement. I think Punk has one of the best creative minds in wrestling.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shit he tried to shop to Triple H and Vince got shot down. Remember, well, I forgot what it was. Was it he was trying to advertise? He was trying to advertise something for himself, but they gave it to Brock, and that's what Brock came out like a week later or a month later with the Jimmy John's advertisements on his shorts.
Yeah, Punk had a thing with Slim Jim.
Right there, you go. Right there, he was trying to make advertisement to make extra money, and they told him no, but they let Brock do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I think Punk. I wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah, it'll. I can't wait to see Punk in an Arthur and Trevor segment bashing WWE on being the Elite.
I don't think he would.
Oh no, just like what they did with Peter Avalon today. Yeah, clear.
It'll be straight, like very vague, and only the loyalist will pick it up.
All Elite Wrestling announced a couple of days ago that MJF has signed an extension converting his deal into a multi-year agreement now. So I'm not sure what he had before, but
he was still with MLW too.
He still is.
He still is, yeah. But the deal
he's with MLW until that deal runs out. Like they're still working with them. So
you want to see me on a regular day at work? I'm definitely MJF. I tell those people I'm better than you, and you know it.
The MLW deal does not prevent him from working for any other company except for WWE.
Good shit.
That's the only company he can't work for. So he could hypothetically go to Ring of Honor too, if he wanted to.
For what?
Exactly.
Fucking Ring of Honor.
Hell in a Cell is going to take place on Sunday, October 6th at the Golden Center in Sacramento, California. Tickets go on sale this week, actually, the 26th. Local advertisements have it as Kofi Kingston against Randy Orton and Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre.
That'll change.
Oh, yeah. Those are, yeah. WWE filed some trademarks for potential characters. They filed a trademark for Shorty G for entertainment service.
Fuck is that?
I don't know. We'll probably find out. And they applied a trademark for the OC. What do you guys think of the OC? I like the shirt, by the way, but
the shirt's pretty cool.
What do you think of
I liked them till they buried them for the DX and the NWO.
Well, you know that shit was going to fucking happen.
It was. Look, if you're trying to establish this group over again, that was the wrong thing to fucking do.
But think about it, like Shawn Michaels and Triple H and the rest of the clique are not going to be on TV or God knows the next time they decide to do a big show like that. So they can't.
You say that, but Shawn was on SmackDown tonight.
No, I'm with you on that. But I honestly think that they probably have the confidence in them to rebuild their own brand.
And then Shawn and AJ Styles had a stare down and War of
they were talking
Monday.
shit.
Oh.
They were talking shit.
Like,
AJ said he was going to go down to NXT.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna come down there and beat your ass. That's what he said.
I fucking wish.
I don't want to see bald-headed Shawn.
With HBK getting these last two nights, I'm wondering if him and AJ might become a thing somewhere down the line.
I won't put it past him because WWE would do any goddamn thing to make some money.
Well, fuck, HBK's in good shape. You see that?
Yeah, he's training. I mean, ain't like he doesn't have access to.
He sold that super kick by Ziggler. He's always been that $1 million seller, but he sold that super kick tonight.
Like a fucking gunshot.
Yeah. And also,
you gotta remember, Ziggler has one of the best super kicks in the game.
They also trademarked Smackville, so apparently they'll use that again down the line.
Oh, I can't wait. So excited.
Jericho is no longer flying Delta. He had a 26-hour delay, lost 2 bags, and nothing but rudeness, and also lost some diabetic supplies for his kids. So,
yikes!
That's
probably the worst part. That shit ain't cheap.
Why? No, it's not. I mean, he has insurance now.
Touche.
And I just saw. I scrolled down. There's a video. Sam Roberts' podcast or whatever, and he interviewed Joey Ryan, and I'm looking at this thumbnail, and he's looking like Mick Foley more and more every day now.
Who, Sam Roberts?
Yeah,
I think he looks like Sideshow Bob.
I wish Sam Roberts would get the fuck off my television.
He has been lately, hasn't he?
No, he was on the.
Was he on the Extreme Rules?
He was on the Extreme Rules kickoff show.
I didn't watch that.
And I'm like, God, that motherfucker's back again.
I remember
I honestly wonder if his audience, his podcast audience, has lowered since his appearances on these panels this year.
Because
I know I've stopped listening to his stuff.
Me too. It seems
Yeah,
like to
I'm
me
curious how wide scoping that is.
It seems like to me he's trying to force some type of gimmick that I'm not wanting him to have.
He's trying to be the badass, like, you know, he's trying to have the unpopular opinion and
No, chill.
and try to talk down the marks or whatever. I don't know. Or he has a mark, one of the two. Rhino has returned to Impact Wrestling, and there was footage of his return at the TV tapings, and well, of course, Impact spoiled it as well, as they showed fan footage, and see how it all plays out. What do you think? New tag champions crowned. So that was what? Well, that was kind of an unceremonious reign for God, huh?
I knew that was going to happen.
That was at Manhattan Mayhem
That was a good match.
against the Briscoes New York Street Fight.
Yeah, that was a very, very good. In a long time, probably since the Elite left, that was probably their best. I don't even want to call it pay-per-view, but their best show that I've seen.
Randy Orton and Will Ospreay got into a conversation on Twitter. I liked it. Randy Orton's so good on Twitter. So Will Ospreay put on Twitter, execute the plan that makes you smile every single minute of every single day. And Randy Orton retweets and says, good luck with that shit.
Well, let me explain something to both of you fellas. When you're an asshole in real life, you're going to be great on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Hence, see CM Punk.
And Ospreay said, let's have an Ospreay and Orton match. And Orton goes, sounds like money to me. Let me ask Tuesday at SmackDown since I'm not at the Raw reunion. Jeez.
They missed a major opportunity not to do something with Kevin and Steve on Monday.
I know.
You know what?
I could not believe that they didn't do something.
Bro.
I thought they were gonna do a thing where I thought they were gonna do a segment with Vince and Shane, and Austin was gonna stun Shane, and KO was gonna stun Vince, and they were gonna share a beer together, and kind of like in Steve Austin endorsing Kevin Owens. And they didn't fucking do anything. They didn't even bring him into the show.
Yeah, it was like
it just blew my fucking mind.
I put that on Twitter the week before. I go, I want to see synchronized stunners by Austin and KO, and we didn't get that.
But I saw a lot of people complaining about how they had like the legends, how they were very underutilized.
A lot of people complained about the women.
A lot of them were. Oh, dude, that woman trend was. I don't know if it's still trending now, but that shit was trending for a while.
Yeah, I saw that.
What was it called?
Like, give WWE women a chance or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not a good look for WWE right now.
Yeah, it was kind of like now Raw 25. Majority of the show was like just legends, but for some reason, I don't know if it was Heyman that he wanted to see more wrestling than the legends, but you can't advertise WWE Raw reunion and you do more wrestling than anything.
And then on top of that, they did no progression towards SummerSlam at all.
None.
So if you're gonna, put on your current stars,
It seemed like it was forced.
Well, that's because USA forced the show to happen because the ratings have been shit.
And while the ratings were successful this week, so win for USA.
Yeah, 3 million this week. I'll get to that later.
That's a big that's a big win. When's the last time WWE's Raw's audience was over 3 million?
I'll look that up.
And they held 3 million steady all 3 hours.
They had to dude. You had Stone Cold. And you had Cena on the same fucking show. Like, really, you dished out some cash just to make sure that you got these ratings boosted before USA.
That was at the direction of USA to put that together. So
I'm sorry. You had Stone Cold, Shawn, Flair, Hogan, and John Cena.
You had Flair and Hogan hugging at the top of the ramp, man.
I love how
desperate.
Cena was talking about how happy he was to be there, and he left as soon as his segment was over.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was gone. That's why he wasn't at the end of the show. He left the building as soon as his segment was done.
How rock of him. No, I'm just kidding. How Brock of him, I mean. Not rock.
Yeah, definitely sounds more Brockish. I think if the Rock would have been there, he'd have stayed for the whole thing.
As we mentioned earlier in the show, All Elite AEW, the TNT's account for All Elite Wrestling at AEW on TNT tweeted, "We've got very big news coming very soon," and that news is supposed to come out tomorrow or today as you're listening to this podcast. So we're all assuming it's Wednesday Night Dynamite. So hold on. But yeah, at AEW on TNT if you're not following that account yet. And expected to launch October 2nd, Wednesday. And
yeah, buddy.
So it's getting real, boys.
That's a great day to have a TV show.
Now, we were talking about stunners and like Austin. I've noticed a lot of just this week alone. I've noticed the torch kind of being passed. I think fully past the mandible claw onto Bray Wyatt, and you know that Angle and Apollo Crews were tight when Angle was there as the GM, and he saw a lot in Apollo Crews. Non-kayfabe, Angle has a lot of respect for Apollo Crews. And now you see Apollo Crews using the Angle Slam, so you're kind of seeing some of those torches being passed with some of those iconic moves. And I'm all for the Fiend using the mandible claw. That one on Foley was pretty cool. What?
That makes so much sense.
Well, obviously Foley ain't going to take the Sister Abigail bump, but it's kind of cool to give him the mandible claw because this guy's wreaking terror everywhere, and that's a kind of a perfect move to just throw onto someone backstage, you know.
I need that mask.
Oh yeah, that was actually made by Tom Savini, who his company makes a lot of stuff for horror movies.
I'm gonna reach out to Tom Savini because I'm gonna scare the shit out of some kids on Halloween.
Tom Savini's had a hand in a lot of the Friday the 13th stuff, in a lot of iconic horror movies. So this was made by an iconic team, basically.
Sheesh.
Vince, maybe this will wake you up. The quarterly dividends came out, and WWE announced its second quarter numbers, and Variety posted a piece on WWE's massive loss of audience over the second quarter of this year versus the same period in 2018, and referenced the company's statement during the first quarter investor conference where they blamed the ratings drop for the first 3 months on superstar absences and noted how everyone was missing and then back for quarter two, yet the audience still dropped. So basically, Variety called Vince McMahon on his bullshit from the last conference call. How about them apples?
Gotcha, bitch.
Raw audience is down 20% from last year. SmackDown down 17%. And we all know how to fix the problem. Look in the fucking mirror. And the stock itself is even hurting. It was almost at 100 at its peak with that Fox announcement. Now we're down to 70. I mean, still a healthy number compared to what it was before. But I mean, finally, this is starting to hit Vince in the pocketbook. So maybe he finally wakes up, right?
That dumbass thinks that the damn XFL is gonna do some damage.
I saw a tweet today that only 200 days away. Yeah, I'm counting those down.
Yeah, I respect the XFL because it gives players that did make NFL teams a chance to make money. But Vince is an idiot, so I don't put too much faith in it.
A man that does not make too many appearances in the old scene for meet and greets and such, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is going to be at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con to make a rare appearance. That's going to happen August 17th at the San Jose Convention Center. So if you are interested in the area and want to meet the Hall of Famer, you'll get your chance there at Silicon Valley's Comic-Con next month. And what? Of course, talked about the spoiler of RVD's thumbs being sold. That was funny. Dark Side of the Ring. I've yet to watch this series. I do have it on my DVR. One of these days I'm going to plow through it. Either one of you seen any of them yet?
Nah, I haven't, but I pretty much did the same thing you did, put it on my DVR. I just haven't watched it. I haven't had time to watch it yet.
Actually, Amazon had a sale of the whole first season for $1 on digital, so I said, okay, I'll buy it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll just go binge it on Amazon here every once. But I've heard good things about it, and it's already been renewed for a second season. A second 10-episode season has been confirmed by PW Insider. The announcement of the renewal is expected sometime next week. The first
interested to see who they have in the second season.
Yeah, the first season included examinations of the late Gino Hernandez, the Von Erichs, the Montreal Screwjob, and Randy Savage and Elizabeth, as well as, I believe, Bruiser Brody. And there's one more episode I'm forgetting about. Moolah.
So that means possibly if his wife allows
Owen,
I say Crispin Waugh.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple others that I can't think of at the moment.
Yeah, so the first season was 6 episodes. We're gonna get 4 more episodes. So I got 10 episodes that they're gonna have here for that next season. Just announced this afternoon or early this morning, Jon Moxley is going to take on Josh Barnett at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 2 event in Atlantic City, New Jersey on September 14th. The Bloodsport events feature a mix of MMA and professional wrestling styles. Moxley was in attendance of the last GCW Bloodsport event that was held over WrestleMania weekend, and the event does air live on Fight TV. So that'll be interesting to see Barnett and Moxley mix it up.
That's about 2.5 hour drive.
So, and here is the press release for season 2. I'm gonna comb through it real quick. I don't think it's just the announcement. They did not put in specifics of what they're going to cover. So, yeah, you'd have to figure at least Benoit's going to be a part of that, and
that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Eddie Guerrero's,
Eddie Guerrero, maybe the Bulldog, Test. It's a couple people. I mean, if it depends on how deep they're trying to dig in, because you can always go Bryan Adams, you can go Chris Kanyon. I mean, it's a lot of wrestlers that lost their lives.
We were making fun of this earlier, but because who I thought it was, but Magnum TA. I mean, his career got tragically cut short.
But they do mostly dead wrestlers, right?
Well, no. Well, they did the Montreal Screwjob.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just about dead wrestlers.
Okay.
Yeah, they did Moolah has passed away for a while, but they weren't. I mean, but Moolah, they weren't talking about her death. They were talking about.
But they were talking about her backstory.
Yeah, all the controversy about her before. So.
Okay. You said they did Savage and Elizabeth.
Yeah, they did Savage and Elizabeth in the first season. Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know if I can watch some shit like that.
The current plan is for... here we go. So I got some more information now. Current plan is for 10 episodes, as I mentioned before. One of them is going to center around the life and death of Dino Bravo, who was murdered in his Montreal home in 1993. There will be an episode dedicated for the...
hold on, real quick before you say it. I already got one for you, and I don't know why I didn't think about this. The Von Erichs.
That was in the first season.
God damn it, shit.
There are plans to look into the Benoit tragedy for season 2, they say. But there is an episode dedicated to 1999's Brawl for All tournament.
The fuck was... Oh, my God.
When Butterbean just destroyed Bart Gunn.
Seriously? That sounds like a reach for material.
No, man, that was such a shit show, and it created legitimate injuries. That's going to be a fun one to watch, I think.
You might as well and You can laugh if you want to. I mean, it may be funny, but that's equivalent to me of putting Jake the Snake in a damn King of the Ring. That was a shit show for me.
Yeah, and that's why they're doing it, is because it was a shit show, and people got legitimately hurt from it. And Park Gunn, probably still don't know what his name is right now. Butterbean hit him so hard.
My God.
And that whole tournament went over like a fart in church. As we mentioned, Raw's audience hit 3 million, averaged 3 million, stayed 3 million the entire way. Hour 1 was 3.178. Hour 2, 3.019. So barely 3 million there. And Hour 3 closed with 3.083. So Hour 1 clearly was the heavy one. See what happens. And then they saw John Cena, and it looks like about 200,000 people turned it off. And it has been last bit of headlines for the week. It has been announced for Summer Supercard for Ring of Honor that Alex Shelley will face Matt Taven for the ROH World Title. And Summer Supercard happens at the Matami Athletic Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Friday, August 9th during SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah, he's not beating Taven. Move on.
Probably not. But we were sitting there thinking, oh, Jeff Cobb's going to beat him, so that means, we were like, Shelley ain't going to beat Taven, so that means Shelley's going to beat Taven.
No, you guys.
I got 1 inch that could beat Taven.
You motherfucker.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
God damn you.
I just felt like Pulp Fiction there for a minute. You motherfucker! I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Oh, 1 inch. 1 inch will live forever and
yeah, y'all not gonna ever let me live that shit down.
Not at least on this episode.
Fuck, I'm about to get a shirt that I'm wearing in wrestling shows that says 1 inch.
And on the back it says, "Who's gonna give it?" Oh boy,
that was perfect time.
Wait a minute.
I got you. I got you.
Darryl and I recorded early last week, so we did not.
Oh my God,
we did not. As I move on from 1 inch for now.
Fucking dead.
I hate all of you.
As I don't move on from 1 inch and just create an awkward silence pause.
Will you stop saying 1 inch?
Dude, if this episode is not entitled 1 inch, I'm done.
Oh, 1 inch will be somewhere in there. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Oh my God.
That's what she said.
As I was trying to say, Darryl and I recorded early, so this was we recorded before NXT aired, so we'll talk NXT real quick from last week. Matt Riddle took on Arturo Ruas. Arturo Ruas is repackaged. I can't remember what his name was before. But
1 inch.
Not 1 inch. See, that's your fault. You're bringing it up now.
Might as well. Shit. It's the life of the fucking party at this moment.
Apparently. But he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background and such. So him and Riddle had it was actually a pretty entertaining match with their two styles. But then after the match, a guy in a hoodie, I was like, what's Cassius Ohno doing back? And then all of a sudden, it's Killian Dane. Sweet. Dane looks like he's lost a few pounds, gotten a little better shape too, man.
Yeah, he shredded a little bit. Got a little leaner.
Well, once he realized the whole sanity was getting broke up. So Dane beats the shit out of Riddle, including a senton through the stage there. The stage apparently is made of cardboard.
He's athletic as hell for a big man.
They showed Mia Yim.
Yeah.
Daryl's got 1 inch for her as well.
You motherfucker.
I'm done.
I love it.
They showed Mia Yim attacking Marina Shafir at an NXT show over the weekend.
It's such good shit.
Man, they sold that door slam pretty good because that looked brutal. That door slam.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
The breakout tournament, the final first round, or is it? I think this is the final first round match of the breakout tournament.
It was the worst match of the first round of the tournament.
What's that?
The worst match of the first round of the tournament.
This Dexter Lumis character is quite interesting, though. Very
Who
interesting.
is he?
He was Samuel Shaw on Impact.
Okay.
I think this character is interesting, and you could do some stuff with it. And Bronson Reed, he's just a big dude.
Right.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed wasn't bad.
I
don't understand how Sam Shaw got a job.
Bronson Reed's like an Australian. He's like an Australian Bull James.
Good God Almighty.
And Bronson Reed gets the win to face Cameron Grimes in the next round. And in the other half of the bracket, I forget. Because,
I forgot it.
I just want to Swerve to win the whole thing.
Swerve lost in the first round.
I know.
A little hard for him to win the whole thing.
I know. He was just an inch short.
The crowd did pop for him though, so they know who he is. So
you gotta think about it. They're stacked with this tournament between DJZ, Swerve, Trevor Lee. I can't think of the other dude. Who was the dude that faced DJZ? Garza. I've seen him in Ring of Honor.
I've never seen him before, but I was impressed.
I've seen him a couple of times. He was actually in CMLL and Ring of Honor.
He looks like
I still don't understand why Brandon Williams wasn't in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't.
I don't know why I don't know why they're holding Brandon Williams back so far.
I don't get it either, man.
He's
been there for like 3 years.
Yeah, it feels like forever anyway.
Do they know he's got the physical tools? But is it just the promo, all the other sides of the
I don't know.
Of the package.
He's like in the special, and no disrespect to special education folks, but he's probably in the special education class at NXT, at the Performance Center. Like, he's been held back for what reason? I don't know.
Tyler Breeze gets confronted with the from the Forgotten Sons. Of course, we broke a little spoiler for you that they will attack Tyler Breeze, and he gets saved by his old buddy. And
Dango,
dude.
As Matt mentioned, some of these superstars from Raw and SmackDown coming back down to NXT, possibly a move, to get ready for FS1. Apollo Crews took on Kushida in a very, very damn good match.
See what happens when you give Apollo Crews time?
I think returning Keith.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
No shit. I feel like we're turning Keith Lee heel eventually here.
He whined like a little baby back bitch, so I'm assuming they're turning him heel.
I would love it.
And he's going to face Damian Priest.
This is one of the whiniest promos I think I've heard from anybody all year. This was worse than the Dolph Ziggler "it should have been me" shit.
Well, you know what? Keith Lee was never good on promos since I've been watching it.
Oh, I thought it was a good promo. He just whined the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't think he's beating Damian Priest next week. I did not read the spoilers.
I think what they're doing with Damian Priest, I think Damian Priest is going to be the face and Keith Lee's going to be the heel.
Yeah. I love what they're doing with Damian Priest. I like the persona they've created for him.
Shout out to the Monster Factory.
And I love everything they've done with him package wise. 1 inch, no. Adam Cole came out and said he's ready to challenge someone for the NXT Championship. It was Twan Tucker, who was at the wrestling school in Cleveland, AIW. Of course, we all saw Johnny Gargano.
Twan Tucker needs to work on his promo skills. I'm just saying.
He's not ready for prime time. That's why he's training in AIW right now in Cleveland.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, look, maybe the dude's good in the ring, but his mic work needed help. So maybe AIW needs to open up a promo division of their school. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying I don't think AIW is the performance center, so they're a little behind. Like, look, you saw where they were training at. Looked like somebody's garage. Big fucking garage, but
I'm just fucking saying.
I did like Adam Cole going to Cleveland and going into the old pizza shop and talking to Pop.
Yeah, I want to go to Johnny Gargano's father's pizza shop. I wonder how the pizza is.
I bet it's damn good.
We all know that Matt loves pizza.
Damn fucking right I do.
Every time I hang out with Matt, Matt's eating pizza.
Well, that's not accurate. Not every time.
Bullshit.
Not every time.
Bullshit. The first time we went
Last
to NXT,
time we went to Ring of Honor, I didn't have any pizza.
that's because they ran out.
No, they didn't. I ate McDonald's on the way to the show.
Is that the time we stopped? No, you stopped at. We stopped at Wawa.
No, we stopped at McDonald's
Not
on the way to the ROH show.
Which one in Baltimore?
Not in Baltimore, not Philly.
Oh, I'm thinking about Philly.
Philly, we had what? We had like fucking.
We had Wawa. We had
some shit at Wawa.
We had Wawa, and then you asked for a piece of pizza, and they ran out of pizza.
No, I didn't. No. I had chicken strips from Wawa, and then I had a piece of pizza at the ECW Arena.
I remember you wanted pizza. Goddammit.
Not from Wawa. I didn't fuck with one.
No. I'm talking about from the ECW Arena.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't eat pizza every time I'm with you.
The last time you were with me for the Supercard G1. We stopped at Little Caesar and you got pizza.
Well,
Matt loves pizza.
I'm not saying I don't love pizza. I'm
Matt
just
loves
saying
pizza like.
Shut up.
1 inch.
Shut the fuck up.
Dead.
Let's talk about some more wrestling. God damn it. Shit.
Oh my god, I need some pizza. Motherfucker, I'm hungry now.
So, Raw reunion was last night. So apparently Alicia Fox is now a legend, and okay,
She's been there since we all were 13.
that's true.
But as far as I know, she's still part of the main roster. It doesn't make any sense.
You would think she's on the John Cena or Jericho, or the Ziggler contract.
I would not go see her stand up.
I would no.
I'd go see her stand up. Hell,
there you go.
Cue the one.
Sean Ross Sapp suggested Alicia Fox is still with the company because she knows where all the bodies are buried.
That could be why.
Which I would not be the slightest bit surprised if that's still getting paid.
What were your favorite parts of the Raw reunion?
I would have to say the Santino segment was good for me. And then the 24/7 title, just the whole 24/7.
I was gonna say, to me, the best thing about the show was the 24/7 stuff.
And what was so funny was they did the Phantom title change with Pat Patterson as kind of a wink and a nod, because the match that they claimed Pat Patterson won the first ever Intercontinental title match at never happened. It was the match never even occurred. So it was kind of a funny, smart little wink and nod that there was a Phantom title change involving Pat Patterson losing the 24/7.
Oh, I just thought his old ass couldn't get hit.
That was my understanding as well. That they did it because he couldn't take any physical thing. The same reason why they did what they did with DiBiase, because he can't take a physical bump either.
Well, either.
Briscoe did though.
Oh yeah, he'll take a bump for the rest of his life probably. But
Briscoe just came off of cancer and still took a bump.
Yeah, but that was also part of it that he's 78.
I'll take a bump from Kelly.
You take more of that from Kelly too, I bet.
Stinkface.
But
she used to do those, didn't she?
What?
Stinkface? Didn't she used to do that?
The Stinkface? Yeah, she did.
I thought so.
Is that the first thing you thought of when you thought of Kelly? Her ass in your face?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently that's what JB thought of.
Sheesh.
Dude, she looked better on Raw than she looked when she was with the company years ago. Like, she's gotten... That girl's gotten better with age. That's all I got to say.
And you can ask Mark Cho. I called it. I go, yep, Alana Blaze is going to drop that 24/7 title in the trash. Well, she almost did, but for the stake of fact.
Until everybody had a price for the $1 Million Man.
I will say this. It seemed like it was more... I'm trying to look for the right word, like kind of
Nostalgic.
yeah, or tapered for that matter, because like the whole show, like we said, the 24/7 title was probably the best match. But when have you ever seen Stone Cold showed up on a Raw episode and not stun anybody
Yeah.
and drink beer at the same time?
It was weird. Like I said, I wanted to see him and Owens do something together.
Yeah, like that was just like weird for me. Like it seems like they were trying to keep the wrestling intact, but also not, and also just show face. That's it.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how the thing we liked the most about the Raw reunion was the 24/7 stuff, which did involve some of the legends, but still.
I mean, it's been the best thing on Raw for the past couple months.
Our truth rolls up Drake Maverick, and Renee Michelle's holding on to him, and Carmella kicks the hands. That was great. And then Truth dives into the limo with Drake's wife is still in it.
My God.
That might be the marquee for feud of the year right there. Our Truth and Drake Maverick.
I'm with it. You get my vote right now.
That might be the marquee for feud of the year. I did love the end of the segment, though. Austin's speech and basically just talking from the heart and everybody getting in the ring.
But I wanted a stunner.
Yeah.
I wanted more time. You know, to me, if this was the USA mandate, like we should have gotten an over on this week.
Yeah. You could.
I did not like the fact of them rushing Austin off the television, off my TV.
Well, you saw
like we get to see the guy. We get to see the guy so fucking seldom. Like I didn't want them rushing. I didn't want them rushing it off.
Yeah, you could have done the Miz and Mrs. sneak preview right after that, and then start something else at 10:30. You know.
You know what was really? You know what's weird though? You know what was on after the Miz and Mrs. preview?
What?
They re-aired Raw.
They re-aired Raw before SmackDown too today.
Yep.
Yeah, so they've aired Raw Reunion 3 times in 2 days.
Yep.
Like literally, because I kept the Miz and Mrs. show on, and right after that was over, they aired Raw again, the entire 3-hour broadcast right after Miz and Mrs.
Matt's looking at his watch like, what?
And I was like, well, this is fucking weird.
My God.
SmackDown Live from Miami. Your tag champions, Big E and Xavier Woods, are on commentary. Supposed to be Shawn Michaels. No word as to why he. I'm wondering if they're. I'm kind of wondering if Shawn's getting back in that ring. Eventually.
I hope not.
I don't know.
Well, look, there ain't a whole lot to sell fucking SummerSlam right now. A Shawn Michaels match would probably help.
I don't want to see bald Shawn Michaels.
I don't give a fuck what Shawn Michaels' hair looks like.
Hell, he kept that hat on when he got super kicked tonight.
It's called a snapback.
He'll wrestle with the NXT hat on.
Yeah, it'll just and then just like in the movie Over the Top, when he kicks it into that gear, he puts his hat on backwards and look out. So obviously, condolences to the family of Byron Saxton as he lost his father last week. That was why Byron was not at SmackDown. Graves, we were wondering where the hell he was. Apparently, he had a movie shoot or something. I just figured.
Yeah, I heard that like at the end of the episode, and I said out loud in my living room, "What idiot paid Corey Graves to be in a movie?"
Yeah, I figured he was just hungover from the party last night and took the day off.
What?
So we had Big E and Xavier on commentary instead. Nakamura and Cruz had a non-title match. I thought Cruz, even though he got Kinsasha'd the shit out of, I thought the match itself, he looked really good against Nakamura. Looked competent, and I thought it was a good showing for Cruz. Did you guys see that?
What would happen if you gave Apollo Crews time?
Let's see. Yeah, that's the theme. Mandy and Sonya have a match with the Iconics next week, and apparently if they win that match, they get a tag title match. I have a feeling it's going to be a multi-women match at SummerSlam, because I'm sure the Kabuki Warriors are going to be involved, and you would think, right, after Iconics took the chicken shit way out of that title match.
I just want to see Shane get his ass whooped, to be honest with you.
Oh, it'll happen.
Well, we're not talking about Shane right now. We're talking about freaking Mandy and Sonya finally getting the titles. They probably should have gotten back in February. and it's all they ever fucking do. Because they're not doing anything with the damn Iconics, and they're clearly not doing anything with the damn Iconics. Like, let's try to actually make these tag titles worth something, please.
Yeah, and notice no Kabuki Warriors this week either, so it's like WWE doesn't know what to do with them.
Asuka's already counting down her days till she can go to AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, please, 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 please give me Asuka and Awesome Kong.
Ali cut another great promo.
That would be nuts.
Ali cut another great promo, talking about needing to put the pin back into his hands because he got injured and then his spot kind of disappeared. And so he wants to basically rewrite the story that he's going to become WWE champion, which I honestly think he will be a WWE champion somewhere down the line. I mean, they're definitely presenting him as somebody important right now. So
Well, I think it's weird. Last week they teased him doing something with Nakamura.
yeah,
And now all of a sudden he's on the WWE title kick, and I'm just like, well, that's doesn't line up with B here at all. I don't understand what they're doing. It feels like they don't really know what they want to do with Ali right now.
that sounds like creative in a nutshell for the WWE.
WWE like
Hey, remember last week when Buddy Murphy was no longer going to be the best kept secret?
Mm-hmm.
Where was he
Yeah,
this week?
it was so nice to see him on SmackDown tonight. Oh wait, no, he didn't.
No, he went back to being the best kept secret.
Shawn Michaels on Miz TV with The Miz, and Ziggler comes out to interrupt and call both guys kiss asses, and we got to see.
I hope this is leading to a Shawn match, because motherfucker, I do not want to see fucking
Miz and Dolph.
Miz Dolph again.
Yeah,
They're here to show the world.
man, I was like all excited that when he was staring down AJ on Monday, but hey, I'll take this too, because this was a good Miz TV segment. Don't you agree?
Oh shit! Apparently, Swerve fought on 205 Live tonight
Oh,
Yeah, he debuted today.
against Drew Gulak. Holy shit! I'll have to go back and watch that tonight.
I bet that didn't suck. Michaels sure dropped Dolph with one punch, though. That was pretty cool, and then he ate a super kick that sold beautifully. I was confused at the whole Charlotte Flair Ember Moon Bailey thing. Like, what the fuck's going on here? It was supposed to be Charlotte Flair against Ember Moon, and then Ember throws Bailey into the ring, and then eclipses everybody, and I was just confused. And then Charlotte complains later on, so it's like, oh great, they're gonna add Charlotte to this match, aren't they?
I hope not.
Charlotte.
I hope not. You want an opponent bigger than both of them? Who you got left?
1 inch. A conversation, a promo, 10 years in the making. Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton. They show flashbacks to Madison Square Garden where Kofi Kingston did the boom drop off of the railing through the tables onto Randy Orton back when we thought Kofi was getting pushed to the moon, back in the days when he was feuding with Randy and Legacy. He claims that Randy held him back, and Randy said, "You're damn right I did." I kind of liked this little back and forth of those two guys. And it's the feud I kind of wanted to see at SummerSlam. So, what'd you guys think of the back and forth between Randy and Kofi here?
I did not need this feud at all.
Hmm.
To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not excited about it one bit. Not even a little.
I like it. I think it's going to be clear.
Look, Orton and Kofi fought enough on Kofi's road to WrestleMania. They fought like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't need to see it again. He exercised his demons by beating Orton on the road to WrestleMania to become the WWE champion. Like, this match was not needed for SummerSlam. I'm just saying.
Kofi then took on Samoa Joe. Didn't take too long before Orton tried to sneak in an RKO, so Kofi got the win by disqualification. Well, instead, Joe ate that RKO. Finn Balor is interviewed by Caleb Braxton, talking about he seems a little shook after the attack by Bray Wyatt, and he says that he won't back down now. He's going to challenge him to a match at SummerSlam, and then we get Firefly Funhouse Bray, which is great. I love it. It's like that Bray Wyatt just doesn't, he just nothing else. What the Fiend does is what the Fiend does, and this is his own person. So I kind of like how I really hope they bring the red sweater Bray Wyatt like backstage, he's just like all happy and stuff, and people just look at him all funny. I think just mixing the two together would be kind of cool. And then we got Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns with Drew McIntyre as the guest referee, Elias as the timekeeper, and Shane McMahon as the re-announcer. And you could very well guess where this led. Good guys beating up bad guys. And hey, another stunner to Shane, and he didn't fuck up that cell either. I still laugh every time they show that stunner, the first stunner from last week, and I just laugh all the time.
I'm like, damn, Shane, bend over. Take that shit like a man.
I just laugh at how, there's a big botch in here that you edited out, WWE.
Damn good at it, though.
True. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. We'll be back at you next week with more as we head closer to SummerSlam and get closer to All Out. SummerSlam just 3 weeks away already because they're kind of hitting it a little early this August. So that's just going to be in about 3 weeks from this Sunday. And then All Out at the end of August, which already is shaping up to be a phenomenal card. So thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and Spotify and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Just go ahead and search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. But also if you subscribe, you'll know if our podcast does come out on any of the different days. And also you can stay tuned on our social media, Facebook and Twitter, when we do have that announcement for our podcast as well. Facebook is facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. That's where you're going to find the links to the subscriptions as well. Also go to Twitter at LITMC Podcast. I am on the Twitter at JB Huskers. Matt is on the Twitter at Raw Showtime, and Darryl is on the Twitter at No One Like D. And before we ride off into that sunset, Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
1 inch.
That's all he's got to say about that. Or is that all she's got to say about that? Matt, what are your final thoughts?
I'm hungry.
All right. Time to go eat a 1-inch thick pizza because this podcast is apparently over. For Darryl Bullock, Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thanks for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard, and we will catch you next 1 inch.